In today's live stream video, we're going to talk some reselling, and we'll probably get some listings done as well. Anyway, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Everyone, I'm glad you're here and appreciate you being here. If you're not, hopefully you watching this evening or tomorrow, you have a happy Thanksgiving. So like I said, it's Thanksgiving Eve, so I wasn't exactly sure how things were going to go, so I'm kind of playing it by ear. Every Wednesday, I have a reselling show at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I normally have another reseller one where I interview them and ask them for their tips, tricks, and techniques to make us more knowledgeable and profitable resellers. If you're a reseller or interested in becoming a reseller, you're in the right place. I'm going to pop in the chat and say hello to a few people. I actually have one guest that's joining me, and I have another invitation out, a couple invitations out. So, guys, I have the StreamYard invitation pinned at the top of the chat. So if you guys just want to pop in, I know quite a few of you watch Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller. So, kind of playing it by ear today, guys. If you're listening, great. If you want to pop in for a few minutes, say hello. Going to mix it up. But I watch a lot of, let's just say I listen to a lot of sports radio. So we're going to kind of mix it up. We're going to talk a little reselling, maybe talk a little Thanksgiving, talk about what we're thankful for as far as being resellers, thankful for in general. So we'll kind of play it by ear. So let me just say hello to a few people, and then I shall bring my guest on. I know Sharon is here, my moderator. Thank you so much for being here, Sharon. I appreciate you moderating and helping out. Beth Reseller Robot is here. Beth, the invitation stands. If you can join us, I'd appreciate it. Mike January House is in the house. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Appreciate you being here. And I'm sure the chat will be filling up very shortly. Like I said, it's Thanksgiving Eve, guys, so I wasn't really sure, what's going to happen. So I didn't want to, book a guest and then not have a big turnout. And we would have a nice turnout tonight, but I didn't want to book a guest and then kind of say, oh, I only had X amount of people show up because it was Thanksgiving Eve and people are cooking, socializing, having Friendsgiving or whatever. So anyway, I actually have two guests here. So let me bring both my guests on. Let me bring the one on and say hello, and then I'll bring the other one on. Hello, sir, Mr. Andy.
Hello.
Most of the people in the chat probably already know who you are. Why don't you introduce yourself, then I'll bring my other guest on.
I'm Randy, bearded guy from Allentown.
Okay. That's short and sweet. All right, bearded guy from Allentown. Let me bring on my other friend that's from Texas, and she's not bearded.
Yeah.
Hello, Beth.
I shaved today.
You shaved today? I shaved today too, by the way.
Happy
I showered and shaved today.
Thanksgiving.
That's a plus for me.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you joining us. Like I said,
we're going to have thunderstorms tomorrow on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know but in the Midwest, you're supposed to have a lot of snow, right? I mean, not New York South, but.
I don't know. I'm in Texas, and we're supposed to have 100% thunderstorms tomorrow. So.
Oh, okay. Well, your friend Sharon's shouting you out.
Hey, Sharon, long time no see.
Anyway, guys, we're going to do a little reselling chat, and we'll do a little. Like I said, I tell you guys, I listen to sports radio. They do the old, what are you thankful for, and this, that, and the other. So, I'm sure quite a few of us are thankful for that we have a job, not a job, but a job reselling. So we'll talk about that and maybe bring up, just little reselling chat as well as some Thanksgiving chat. What's your favorite side dishes, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, Beth, why don't you tell the people again? I had Randy introduce himself. I'm sure 99% of people know who you are, but why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Beth. My channel is Reseller Rowboat, and I live in Houston. And I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and I have a full-time job as well. And I see that Charles May is here from Granbury, Texas. Hi, Charles. Hi, Karen's at the beach. Good to see you.
Granbury, where is Granbury, Texas?
I'm not sure, but I know I've been there. I think it's a border.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I know Texas is a big state.
I've been there, and I've had friends that live there.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you what state it borders, but I know it's north of me.
Hello, Charles. Hello, Karen. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So I was talking to some people. I was in Johnny's chat. I mentioned Johnny's chat. I try to support the other channels that are supportive, to me. And Johnny's morning show. Sometimes I'm up early enough. Sometimes I'm not. But I always try to at least catch the end of it. And I was talking about Thanksgiving, and I'm by myself, and I didn't really want to get real elaborate. And back in the day, it was kind of nostalgic. They used to have these little turkey breasts that used to be Well, actually, they had some dark meat in them too, but they'd be like in this little tin container. They'd be frozen. So you just stick it in the oven. You know, bake it, and then whatever you defrost it and bake it, and then you can have gravy or mashed potatoes on the side for it. That would be perfect. I know they really haven't had them recently. So I know they have the Butterball has like the turkey breast, but they're big, like 3-4 pound turkey breasts. I don't need that just for me. So
Yeah, I have several friends that are cooking that same type of turkey breast that have just like 2 or 3 people in their family. It's just perfect size. And then you have
instead of
leftovers for
getting a 20 pound
sandwiches.
turkey.
Yeah, and then you have leftovers for sandwiches, so you're good to go.
Turkey breast is $7.99 a pound now. I mean, turkey breast luncheon meat. So I was going to get some of that, maybe some mashed potatoes. And not spend $8 on turkey breast. Anyway, Randy, why don't we get in a little bit, guys? Like I said, the chat's kind of filling up. So Randy is gracious enough to bring us some things to market, so to speak, on my show, and he helps me out wherever possible. So, Randy, why don't you tell the people what you have going on as far as what you're offering to our viewers? I'll make you solo here, so we can bring it up later.
Well, I'm kind of a fanatic on printers. I have probably 30 or 40 of them. But the one I use the most, and the one I actually like the most, are the Zebra printers. Now, with Zebra printers, there's a lot of different kinds, and they serve a lot of different functions. Like, let me grab one here. Like this one here. This is a GX420D. Okay. It actually cuts the label. So every one of your labels are actually cut off. Okay, so you don't need to tear them off if that's something you like. I tried this, and it works the same as all the other ones. You just pop it open and put the roll in here. I like them better than I don't know. There's 3 or 4 other ones, Brother and Rolo, or well, no,
Dymo and right.
Rolo's a candy, I guess. Now this one's a GX430. Now the difference between this one and the GX420 is the fact that this one doesn't cut itself off. But the one thing that it does do, it prints higher resolution. Okay, it prints at 300 dpi. And there's something else that's unique about this one as well. This one, you can use the regular type film. This is something I printed on it.
Oh, that's nice.
And the resolution's pretty good. But the other thing is, you can use the direct thermal labels, or I don't know which one's which, but the ones that take a little roll of film that's like a little black typewriter ribbon. And both of them will actually work with this. Now, the difference is the other labels are a lot cheaper. They don't cost as much as the thermal ones. But I use both. I have about 600 million labels.
Only 600 million?
Yeah, I buy them by the pallet.
Mike January House, it's in the chat. Again, Mike, I know you said you have some issues with labels. So if you're still looking for labels, reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with Randy. So I'm sure Randy can ship you out some labels if you need them. This
one's probably going to be one of my favorites. This is a wireless GX420D. And as soon as I figure out how to wirelessly set it up, I'm actually going to do that. But, yeah, that's unusual. I mean, they make them, and I know they're typically kind of pricey, but a lot of people, it's great if they're wireless.
Yeah, wireless would be very helpful to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have too many wires around the house. I just switched my cable to a wireless internet service from T-Mobile, and my TV to actually YouTube TV.
Mike's saying let me interrupt for 1 second. It says, Randy, it's a thermal transfer label. This one with a ribbon. The one with a ribbon.
Okay. And the other one is whatever it is.
Right.
I also have a Zebra ZM400, which is about the size of a desktop computer.
Oof. Okay.
That one only prints at 200 resolution, but it prints about 5 times faster than the Zebra printers that you're used to.
And you're doing such high volume, it probably pays you to use something like that.
And the rolls for those, if you use the rolls either have 250 or 400 on the thermal. These have 2,000, so the rolls are a lot bigger. And the boxes I have 4,000, but those are like folded, and they're kind of nice because they're flat, so you don't have to fight with them when you're doing your labels.
Them. Right.
But on a regular day, I'll print 800 or 900 labels. So it's it's real savings to me in time.
Oh, absolutely. Like the little volume I do, and again, when I want, obviously, I told you, I told everybody, I want to gear up my reselling business, but I love my thermal printer. Like I said, it took me a couple hours to get it set up, but I love it. I mean, it's just so fast, so easy, and I'm not messing with the tape and then cutting it and not applying it properly, and love it.
Yeah, once you have it set up, which is the real pain in the neck, but once you have it set up and you're used to it, they're actually pretty easy to set up. And Zebra has some software that you can get directly for them. It used to be for free. I don't know if it is anymore.
Yeah, I had the problem that you told me to use the FedEx, and I had the problems with the FedEx, and eventually I found a workaround somehow and finally got it to work.
Yeah,
and now I just leave it plugged in. I leave it turned on. I leave it plugged into my laptop. I have an i3 that I just use for eBay, print labels, and then if I'm doing listings or whatever.
And most people are used to the ZP 450s and the ZP 500s.
That's
and
probably what I have.
Those are the ones that pretty much were given out by FedEx and UPS, and they still work. They're real workhorses. I like them all, and they come with different. You can buy different color labels. You can buy different size labels. These came in the Zebra printers that I bought. Let me see. Here they are. Okay, these are just a small, I think 2x3.
Okay.
And are those for your inventory, Randy?
Yeah.
Are those for your inventory?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also have a guy who tells me that he will make these for me. He does some printing of other labels for me. So I want to see what the costs I'll be able to offer them for, and then I can have them custom made. So if you need a couple of rolls of, let's say, 2x4 labels, I'll be able to get them for you.
So you could put together like a little package, like if you need 2x4 or whatever the other ones.
Yeah, whatever will fit probably in an A box by the post office.
Okay.
And by the way, they're going to be shrinking all their boxes.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah. And it was I forget what it was, 21 over 21 inches. They're going to charge a premium because they said it has to be handled by, I don't know what the technical term is, but handled by hand. I don't know. Manually sorted, I guess, as opposed to machine.
The post office has probably 200 different boxes and envelopes, but you have to be a high volume seller to get those.
Right. You say you actually get some odds and end boxes that aren't available to the general public.
Yeah, like the tape by the post office for priority mail. In order to buy it, you have to have, in order not to buy it, but they give it to you.
Right.
In order to get it, you have to have a 10 pallet order.
10 pallet order? No wonder I couldn't get it.
So I have a 10 pallet order, and I have a hard time even getting it. Okay, so I have a contact at the post office who gives it to me whenever I need it, because I don't really use them all that often. But I see a lot of changes coming, which is a real pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Because I gear most of my sales to the size of the package and not necessarily gear the package to the product. Because I try to standardize my pricing.
Well, I get confused. I think you said it was FedEx. You're doing a lot more shipping with FedEx now, right?
I do an awful lot more with FedEx than I
Right.
do with the post office, because right now the post office is starting to slow down. I've had a
That's the other
package in
thing.
Philadelphia for 9 days now.
You have something sitting in Philadelphia for 9 days?
Yep.
So that's to go through your regional in Allentown and then get shipped to Philadelphia and sit there for 9 days.
Right. The two worst post offices in the country,
That's what you're saying.
Allentown, which is Lehigh Valley, and Philadelphia.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen, and then I rarely speak about religion or politics. I know that's a no, at least on my channel. But I know they're trying to do something with the post office. They've appointed new governors or whatever that title is on the board, and I think they're going to be instituted in January. So,
yeah, but they
the
need
current
one.
postmaster is not reseller friendly. Let's put it that way.
No, and they need one more to make any changes. So that's.
I think they're pointing two.
And yeah, but they need 3.
Oh, they need 3? Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess nothing's going to happen. It's going to be status quo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It makes them look like they're doing something when they're not. That's my definition of politics.
So we're stuck with it. So I think it was January, what is it, the 18th or something? I think they're going to drop them down December 26th, the day after Christmas. And they'll be back up again January 18th, I believe it is.
Yeah, which is why bother?
Exactly.
You might as well make the price change in October.
Yeah, just keep it, right?
Yeah. Because, let's face it. How many people are going to drop the price and then jack all their stuff back up another month and a half later?
Yeah, I've already upped my postage.
You have to, guys. And I tell people, and I just remind them, because, sometimes like things, you forget things. I just say, look, remember, you're paying final value fees on your shipping. And on promoted listings, if you offer free shipping, you're even paying promoted listing fees on your shipping. Now, if you have it separate, you're just paying on the sales price exclusive of the shipping. Like if I told you guys I ship out these baseball caps, golf caps, and I have for free shipping, something like $24, $25. So I'm paying like almost 20% on the whole thing, because I'm paying, the 13% for eBay and then 3 or 4 or 5%, whatever it is, my promoted listing fee. So I'm paying nearly 20%.
But so is everyone else, Adam. You have to remember that everyone that we're competing with on eBay has to do the same thing. We're all in the same boat.
Right.
So it's affecting everyone. So it's not just affecting me or you. It's affecting everyone.
Right.
So everybody's going to be okay. I haven't seen any issues since I've upped my shipping a couple of months ago. No one's complaining about my shipping prices.
You haven't had any customers complaining?
And I upped them $1.
Okay.
And a whole $1. And I haven't had one person complain about it's $8.99 to ship a pair of jeans. No one's complained. So
it actually cost me, because I'm not top rated plus, it actually cost me more than that to ship jeans. Well, you don't use the kind of flat rate.
I have some jeans that I charge $9.99 on. If they're really like a 28W, I can't get them in a padded flat rate envelope. I have to put them in a A box. So I charge $9.99, and it may even cost me a little bit more than that to ship it. But
you don't use Kelly's workaround where she folds it and finagles it. It's like
yeah, but I with my arthritis and everything, I try, but I'd rather the presentation look nice. And I've even thought about maybe changing my handling time to 3-day for a while, just so that it gives me an extra day I'll put the stuff in the mail the day after, but at least gives me a buffer. So, and then I've already got my blurb saved that I'm going to send to people when they buy things, when it gets really tough, saying, the post office is backed up, I'm shipping it today and not sure when you're going to get it. And I've already got that ready.
If you have like in a Word doc or something, you just copy and paste it.
Yeah, it takes the personal out of it. Just a standard. Right. It's going out today. I've done my part basically, and we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully that'll help.
My post office was closed yesterday, today, and will not be open again until Monday because there's no one there to work.
Yeah.
Wow.
That does happen.
That's the post office that I take things to, which is about maybe only 10 items a day. But the bad part is they send the postal truck to pick up my packages. Even for instance, on Veterans Day, they picked up. The only problem is they didn't scan them until the next Monday.
Oof.
So eBay considers those all late.
Yeah, though you're going to get dinged on all those.
Yeah.
Would they let you scan for them when they're standing there? Let you help them scan?
No.
No.
It would take them almost 2.5 hours to do that, and they just don't have that time.
Takes them Wow, it takes them 2.5 hours to scan your shipment. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot. You know,
Oh, yeah.
2.5 hours. Yeah.
Ours actually goes on a conveyor. So I mean, we have.
They don't even bring a regular truck to you, don't they? Bring like the bigger postal.
Yeah. They bring a truck with a lift.
Yeah.
But we have a forklift, so we can load it all on there, and that's just for my priority mail.
Right.
That's not for my large boxes, because all those go either UPS,
Or FedEx.
FedEx Freight, you know, and we have about 6 pallets of those a day.
Yeah, I was just asking because I have a friend who sends out about 200 a day, and whenever the guy gets tired of scanning, he lets them take over and he scans for a while. They kind of just take turns. That seems to help. He gives them a water and lets them kind of take a break, and he scans. But I guess some postal workers wouldn't be okay with that.
Sure.
Well, yeah, one told me, please don't bring the stuff here again. The one day they didn't pick up my mail, so I loaded it all up in my truck, which went from the front to the back, from the floor to the ceiling and side to side. And it took them an additional 4 hours of overtime to scan them all in. And they brought me these big orange dump things. Well, they only brought 2 out, and I said, you better get a few more.
Are you taking in the morning or the afternoon?
I usually take them around 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's close to closing.
Oh, yeah, I do that on purpose.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that way they really don't forget, because it takes an average postal worker takes about 4 hours to scan my stuff. So they really don't want to pay 4 hours of overtime. They'd rather have a truck come and pick it up.
Yeah, that worries me. I see people dropping off like just packages and packages, just stacking them up on the counter. I just see it when I go there. It's like they just take them, they throw them in the bins. Who knows when they're going to get scanned? You know, or if they even get scanned that day.
Yeah, and those scan sheets are useless. They mean absolutely nothing.
Right. They're not an official scan until an actual person scans the package.
Right. And that doesn't happen sometimes until delivery.
Really?
Yeah.
So it doesn't get scanned at all when they receive it.
It's a real common myth out there. Everyone thinks scan sheets are the bomb, but they don't protect you.
That I didn't know, but I don't use them, but I did know that. Yeah.
And I asked eBay, I said, why do you recommend those scan sheets when you do not honor them? And if you look on their site, you'll see that's what they suggest you do. But
because if you take a scan sheet up to the window and you've got, 50 packages and they scan it, but then you take 5 away, and it says they scanned 50, but there's only 45. There's, it just doesn't, it's not an official scan till each individual one is scanned.
And the other
that's
problem,
something we haven't ever been told before.
The other problem is if you run a scan sheet, you can't go and cancel a label. Let's say you accidentally printed a priority label and you wanted a first class.
Right.
You can't void that. So you're going to pay for it.
Well, whenever they ask me to do a scan sheet at the post office, I just tell them these are all different platforms. It's impossible. So, Poshmark doesn't have a way for me to put their packages on my eBay scan sheet. So,
not your first rodeo.
Yeah. I just let them know I'm not going to do their job for them.
Guess that goes over well.
I mean, no, it doesn't. But
I'd be sarcastic.
I have a few good people at my post office when I have to go there, and I also have 2 postal reps. So usually when I have a problem, And I have a concierge service with the post office. So if
Oh,
I call
fancy
up,
you.
they have to answer in 3 rings, and it has to be a person. There's no call waiting. So I mean, it's nice, but you still don't get anywhere anyway. You
Why
know.
don't you share? You were saying something about the postage, and you were having problems with eBay with the shipping and the priority and the first class. Why don't you mention that, Randy, while you have me on there?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how eBay calculates them charging me for postage, since they get, I don't know, 15% or whatever the percentage is, because a lot of times I have a first class price, but when I do the shipping, it comes up as priority, okay, which is, let's say, $7 as opposed to $3. Now, do I pay that percentage on the $7, even though it's a $3 package? Because I don't do all my shipping through eBay. I do a lot of it through ShipStation and Shippo and let's say Pirate Ship. So I got a feeling that there's some real problems with eBay's shipping platform and what I'm paying for, and I don't have the time to delve into it to find out what the problem is.
Now you have that listed. Let's say you have something listed as first class. Should you have like first class and as an option priority, or just how's that happening?
I don't have any extra priorities.
So you have just listed as first class, and somehow it's defaulting to priority, and you don't even have priority as an option.
Right.
Wow.
Right. It's
That's not good.
It's really a mess. Okay. Now I appreciate that eBay has tried and tried and tried to move their platform forward.
Mhm.
But I remember the old Dutch saying, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get. And I think that's a problem there at eBay, because they're trying to catch up, but they're getting further behind. I don't know. For me, I find the platform a lot slower than it was a year ago, as far as not in sales, but also in sales. But what I'm talking about is how long it takes to do things. I think it's
The
really
processing online when you're trying to. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be able to send offers to watchers one right after the other. Now it takes me like almost a minute and a half to send offers to one watcher.
The one watcher.
You know, it used to default and go back to where I was. Now it defaults and goes back to the beginning. Okay, so I got to scroll way back down to wherever I'm at. So there's a lot of there's an awful lot of glitches. You know, and I was watching somebody else's channel, and they say, don't ever call concierge on the weekend. And you know what? I thought of that when I called concierge on the weekend. Calling concierge on the weekend is like calling Indonesia in the old days, when you got somebody named John who real name was probably Ravi. Because you're not going to get any help. And you can't treat people bad. They're just doing their job.
Right.
You know, so
sometimes I get frustrated. I say, look, I know it's not your fault.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to lash out to somebody, but try not to. These are just people trying to do their job. You know, some are good and some are not.
They changed my concierge number. I can't even get concierge anymore. They changed the number. It's not available.
Adam, I never call eBay. I have them call me, and it's always concierge that calls me.
Okay.
And it's because I went to eBay Open in 2018. So somehow they know that I have concierge.
Okay.
And they call me, and it's usually less than a minute wait.
Well, I had a question that came up.
When they call you, like when they call me, I ask them, are you, I'm supposed to have concierge, and they say this is concierge.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess it's because of my phone number. So if you haven't changed your phone number,
you call the regular eBay number, and then the concierge calls you back.
No, I just go on the website and I say, have eBay call me,
Okay.
and they have my number already stored. And
Gotcha.
if you still have the same phone number that you had when you went to eBay Open,
Right.
I guess that's how they know, because
Okay.
every time they call me, I've never called eBay ever, I don't think.
Yeah, I have it programmed on
Because
my
I don't have
phone. I
time to
want to
sit there
call
and
it
wait.
if that number's not available.
And then it usually says your wait time is 2 minutes, 4 minutes.
Sharon
They
says
always
2
call
minutes.
me
Yeah.
within a minute. Always. Now, I don't know about weekends. I never really pay attention. It's just whenever I need them.
I guess Sharon does the same
Yeah.
thing. She says she gets called within 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've never called them. So if you just Google have eBay call me, it'll take you to the page or whatever.
Yeah, it's down at the bottom
Mm.
of if you go into seller help.
If you go to help, yeah.
I usually go to the one that says open up chat, because that way I also get a copy sent to my email of the chat.
Okay, that's a good tip.
I mean, I use eBay for business for the majority of my things, but when it's something really, really difficult to talk about, and I don't want to type all this stuff out, that's when I have them call me. Because when I have to have this big explanation, then that's when I have them call me. So
Randy, you were talking about those printers earlier. You have those for sale, correct?
Yeah. I'm offering them to anybody on this channel for $120 a piece. Otherwise, I'm going to sell them for about $180. I'm going to probably put them up as soon as I get them all shined
can
up.
I see that wireless one again, Randy?
Yeah.
What size labels does it take? The 4x6?
Yep.
And that's the only one labels that it'll take, right? 4x6?
No, it'll take all different sizes.
It will. Okay.
Yeah.
And you already tested that one, right?
Yeah, that one's actually mine. I didn't
okay.
have that for sale,
we have another one. Okay.
But you know what? The 420 GX 420 also comes in a non-wireless, and the way you tell is that it has this little computer screen here.
Oh yeah.
So what's a computer screen mean? That means that it's wireless?
Yeah, because it's going to show you like your IP address, and because you have to set that all up.
Well, I'm looking for a wireless one because I would like to be able to list when I'm in the living room, spending time with my wife.
Yeah.
And I print labels for every single item that I list. I print a label for.
Sure.
And so I have to I make a label, save it, and then when I come back in here, then I print them all out. It'd just be easier if I could just be printing them from the living room as I'm listing.
Yeah, because that way you won't forget.
And and then it'd just be a lot easier just being able to print them as I make them. I mean, I'm working with a little Dymo here. It's starting to, it has this little idiosyncrasies now, where sometimes I have to push the button to actually get it to print. And I've got it hardwired in, and that fixed it for a while, and now it's starting to do it again. So, because I had it into like a little adapter, this little adapter thingy.
Yeah.
And I guess the connection got bad, so I put it hardwired it in to the side, but now it's starting to do it again. So maybe it's my cord, I don't know. But I think a wireless one would be amazing.
Yeah, because if you have your electric cord and your data cord too close together, they interfere with each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
so I could be anywhere in the house. I could be actually out in my inventory room and print labels.
By the pool.
Yeah, out by the pool, or I could be in my inventory room and work out there. Have a desk out there as well.
Like I said, you spend time with your wife. Could be in the
I mean, I literally was taking this printer back and forth to the living room, and it's nuts.
And you know what? I mean, I print. Sometimes I print 100 labels at a time,
mm-hmm.
and 100 right after another 100 after
mm-hmm.
20 after 30. I use these labels for an awful lot more than shipping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I even put the choking hazard labels on the post office plastic mailers.
Mm-hmm.
I know
you print them out on your thermal printer. You put them on
right.
I mean, I'm still using these Avery labels to print my these labels here, sheets, because the labels won't fit in the Dymo, and just I don't know.
No, these.
Hey,
I'll
I
tell
got
you
my
what.
QR code, Randy. Do you
All
remember we
right.
were talking about QR code?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I got my QR code printed on my right here.
Okay.
Well, upside down, so that people who are shopping on their phone can just scan the QR code. I'm hoping that brings me some more sales.
It's funny. I had written that down, Beth. I said even before I knew you were going to try to join us about the coupons and things, and I was going to bring that up in the chat if anybody's taking advantage of that.
It's strange because this coupon code is actually 10 of hearts, and my wife was looking at it. She was proofreading it, and she's like, "Why does it say 100?" And I said, "It doesn't say 100. It says 10 of hearts, 10-O-F." And she's like, "That looks like 100." And so I'm thinking, I wonder if people are getting frustrated trying to put that in there because not really sure what it says, So if they just scan it, they're done. I never thought of it before.
And I guess what's probably like 90% of the people shop on their phones or their mobile devices.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I've been putting for a long time advertisements on my invoices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for instance, this is one that's going to come out in January, and on the bottom it says, I don't know, Valentine's Day treats.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because if you're buying a remote control, that's all you look for. You don't know that I sell candy or coffee.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, or if you buy a shirt, you don't know that I sell remote controls.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing this since I've got more space now. I may add a little bit about what I sell, because if I sell a blender jar, they're not going to know. They're not going to want to come back to my store because they think that's all I sell is parts. But if they know I sell clothing,
right,
maybe they'll come back for the clothing, But
and if they buy clothing and their blender jar is broken, they know where to go for a blender jar.
Right. So
good idea.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I one of the tricks is I try to make it generic enough that I can send these out whether you bought from me on eBay or Walmart or Amazon. Right. I don't use a separate website, which is not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But since I sell a lot of the same stuff on the different platforms, mm-hmm. they can get it from me no matter what platform they're on. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not breaking any rules.
Right. Yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, that's the old saying, they'll put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. That's why, I don't agree with what some other resellers say, but sometimes you pick up little gems. That's one of the gems that almost every experienced reseller says. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Be on multiple platforms just to cover your rear end in case something happens. If you get
suspended. That's why I was surprised that Poshmark let me put my YouTube link up there.
Oh, really?
I thought that was interesting. I never, I was like, they're really going to let me put my YouTube link up here, and they did. They allow it. Interesting.
Do you mess either? You mess with putting videos, if you're doing selling electronics, mess with with you, Beth, with parts maybe?
I'm not selling electronics, so
yeah, you got parts. They're not really electronics. Yeah.
I did that once, and then I got a cease and desist letter from the manufacturer.
Oh, jeez.
But I don't think it's because I put the video up there. They just wanted to, they just wanted to sell direct. Okay, right. So they had their lawyer send me a cease and desist letter.
I did it a couple of times when I had plushes that talked and sang.
Okay.
I did a little video showing that they worked, but I don't sell those plushes anymore, so I don't.
You're out of the plush business.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the plush business after the first of the year. So
I was thinking about getting into it. I don't know, but
I'm getting rid of all my hard goods after the first of the year, and it's so weird. I was telling Sharon, a lot of them are selling right now. Things that I'm getting ready to take off. So now I'm like,
Yeah, I'm getting rid of a lot of things, and I've also, for instance, I shut down my Bonanza account I only did $500 in a year, and when I look at it, there's not enough money there for all the time I have invested.
I never could get Bonanza to sync all of my items, and I never knew what was synced and what wasn't, and I had trouble seeing when things sold. And then when I'd see something sold, it sold like 5 days ago, and I was getting in trouble. And so I was like,
With
I
eBay,
can't
sure.
deal with this. I just took it off.
Yeah,
And
I look.
same with TrueGether. I never could get TrueGether to sync right, and so I took it off. It just wasn't worth it.
I looked at the feedback of most of my buyers, and most of them only had 1 or 2 feedback, and that's the feedback that I gave them. Which means that there aren't people who are going on there regularly and buying.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, those Bonanza bucks or whatever they were called, I had like, I don't know, 25,000 of those. So
did they expire?
But no, but they're worth virtually nothing.
Okay.
You know, I don't need a Bonanza bumper sticker.
Oh, it's only for like merch. It's not good for like product.
Well, you know what? You can apply if you have like 11 million coupons for a free month. That's exaggerating, but you know, or you can get a letter from the CEO. I really don't care about letters from the CEO.
Right.
And I looked at all the time I had invested in, and I said, you know what? It's time to shut it down. It's, you know, I can spend my time in the sites that I make money on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I spend my time enhancing the listings that I have, I sell a whole lot more in probably a day than I do on Bonanza in a year.
Are you on Mercari? I know you're on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, and you're on your own website.
Yeah, I had a little disagreement with Mercari in the early days. They kept taking my listings down because they thought the photographs were.
Oh, that's right. You told me.
So, you know what? I gave my grandson the camera and told him to take some pictures, and they were horrible. And Mercari loved them.
They would not accept my Sizely pictures because they were coming from a different file. And if people can't see the measurements, what's the point? So I finally just stopped Mercari. I had some of my hard goods over there, and they weren't selling. My parts weren't selling that well. So I got rid of Mercari about 8 months ago.
I hear video games sell well on Mercari. Just asking people. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of video games, but I want to.
What was it? Like my BKE jeans over there would sell almost immediately on Mercari. But and then if I ever try to go in and edit something in Mercari, it would take all my photos out except one. And then it would just be one photo. I was like, why? So I just
my one video game I have to list.
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
the Hedgehog.
Is it new?
No, it's excellent. It's excellent though. It's got the instructions and everything.
Oh yeah.
I paid $3. The guy was selling it for $5, and I said, take 3. I think it's worth like 20, 25.
I had a guy I bought 100 video games, the same video game, and he sent me the wrong ones.
Oh jeez.
And I said, you know what? Rather than send them back, I'm going to see if they sell. I sold every single one of them. And I bought another set of 100, and I haven't sold a single one of them.
Oh, my God.
So I guess I broke even.
Yeah, but you get great deals. I mean, what did you pay? Probably $1 a piece for them or something?
I think it was less than that.
Okay.
But, I mean, the ones that didn't sell at all were brand new, still in the cellophane.
Oh, geez.
So sooner or later they'll sell. I'll mark them down enough that I can just basically get rid of them.
Now, on the wireless thermal printers, you just have the one that for sale?
On the wireless, I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any right now? Okay.
Right. On the other ones, I do.
Okay.
And I understand that you can actually rig almost any Zebra printer up wireless.
I wasn't aware of that.
I don't know how,
Okay.
So
I don't know either.
so I'm not going to make that promise,
Okay.
but that's what I've heard.
Craig has a question for you, Beth.
How's the new inventory storage system working for you? Oh, it's working great. I've actually been out there consolidating boxes, moving everything down, and trying to get everything moving towards a new system. I haven't lost anything yet, so that means it's working.
You have quite a few items too.
Yeah. $24.75 as of today.
Oof. God bless America.
But it's going to go down when I get rid of my hard goods, but not by much. Maybe by 300, 250, 300.
So you're going to have over 2,000 clothing items. Wow.
I don't really have that many left, so
Okay.
yeah. Got a lot of, I got shoes. I'm taking all that to Deb, pinching pesos, and then whatever.
Okay.
And I have a lot of cosmetics, which I've already taken down, personal care items, and then whatever she doesn't want, she's going to donate to a nonprofit for me. So yeah,
Like a homeless shelter or something.
Yeah.
Or battered. Yeah, that would be great. Like because people
Yeah.
they can't afford the cosmetics.
And then I briefly have thought about stopping the parts, but then there have been days when that's all I sell. Like I'll have a day where I don't sell one pair of jeans, but I've sold
Right.
like 5 parts, and I'm like, dang, I can't give this up, because it's almost like having your eggs in a, it's in the same basket, but you have different eggs.
We're talking a lot about eggs today.
It's like I'm still in the same basket, but I got different eggs in there, and I'm scared to take them away because they sell. So I'll tell you what's hot right now for me are the Jura tea makers, Jura. I can't keep those in stock. Any of those parts, they sell almost immediately.
What is a Jura team? Is it just makes like hot
It's
tea?
just a machine that makes tea. It's like a coffee maker, but it makes tea, and it's got
so
a water.
Like a Keurig or something.
It's got a water tank, and it's got a little carafe, and it's got filters. And every time I see even just a tea maker, like a Zarafina tea maker, those sell really well. All the parts from those machines sell really well. So if you see the tea makers, pick them up.
Pro tip, Jura.
And Zarafina with a Z.
Okay. So what else is selling well for you?
Because you're not my competition, because I've sold them all.
All the solds are best. So when you check your sales, check the solds.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you go to Terapeak to look up prices and they're your pictures. I love that.
Now, Randy, you say you take pictures with your phone, and you said that they're getting pulled down by Macquarie because they were too good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome, January House.
I think the best app that I found on my phone is Photo Room. It basically it gives you a nice white background. It does a really good job, and it's just simple.
Yeah.
It doesn't work 100% of the time, but I think it works about 99.5% of the time.
Right. Right.
And you don't even need expensive lighting to use it.
Yeah, that's just on your phone.
Yeah.
Right. Because I use Remove BG as well.
Yeah, I don't use Photo Room because it's on the phone. I use all mine on the desktop. So.
Yeah. Well,
but it is. I mean, I've used it. It's good.
It's like it's taking a while to load, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. They want me to buy it for $40. What?
Hi, Nicety Seller. Welcome.
Hello, Nicety Seller.
That's Missy.
Missy, yes. You
Welcome,
better memory
Missy.
than I do, Beth. So what else is going on, Mr. Randy?
Not a whole lot. I mean, the supply chain is getting really difficult.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. Dollar Tree is going to be $1.25 tree.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Randy,
and I'm fully expecting my thrift store to raise prices in January. I don't know they're gonna do it, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know the people at Dollar Tree, and I mean, they have thousands. When I met with them a couple of years ago, they had 9,000 stores. I think they have almost 30,000 stores right now. They have offices in China, and they actually treat their vendors pretty good. They're not. I've dealt with a lot of big companies, including Walmart as a customer.
Well, they've kept it
Okay.
at $1 for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, they're really nice, honest people. Really good to deal with. I can't say anything bad about them. They're really great people, and I don't know. You don't meet many people as a salesperson that
Everything's pretty
treat
much
you that
online now,
well.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I've dealt with companies like Super Value out in Minneapolis and Safeway out in California. A lot of big companies, multinational companies. Ahold in the Netherlands, they have 9,000 grocery stores,
Yes.
and they're nowhere near as nice to deal with.
I guess when you have 9,000 grocery stores tonight. Have you heard anything about Giant? You told me Giant possibly going to get into the reselling, into the reselling platform.
Not Giant, but Kroger.
Oh, Kroger.
And that's still up in the air, but I think it's going to happen. Kroger, most people don't know that Kroger was really responsible for the formulation of the Teamsters Union.
Okay.
It was the employees of Kroger.
I didn't know that. I was just at Kroger today.
Yeah.
Getting my last minute stuff like wine and
the one thing I never liked about Kroger is being in the Midwest, their meats were terrible compared to what we get out here in the East.
That's surprising, right? Because you figure it's the Midwest, that's where most of the beef comes from, right?
Yeah, when I lived in the Midwest, I thought, you know what? At least I'm going to get really good beef and steaks.
You would think.
No way. It's all shipped out here because we're willing to pay more for it.
Well, you know a lot about supermarkets, and a lot of the regional markets aren't that great. And Acme is still known for good meats. I don't know if the Albertsons has good meats or not because that's the parent company, but Acme, which is a regional chain, is known for that. I forget a lot of his stuff at Sam's. He loves their steaks. I don't know where they're getting them. I guess I don't know where they're sourcing it.
I got an exceptionally good Chateaubriand, okay, at the grocery outlet.
Yeah, my friend was talking about the grocery outlet. Apparently, they're expanding in Pennsylvania.
And you know what? They're also really nice people.
Oh, are they?
And they really care about their customers.
Okay.
I mean, I had a supermarket buyer tell me one time, he said, look, I can sell crap in a can, so I don't need your crap.
Right.
and that's a lot of buyers' attitudes. Okay, but I can tell you that the grocery outlet is different.
Yeah, my friend was telling me the prices were super, super competitive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're a secondary market. They're kind of like Marshall's is for clothing.
Okay.
The grocery outlet is for food.
Is that a regional chain or is that like a
they used to be based out of Lancaster County.
Okay.
And that's when they were called Amelia's.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, but then the grocery outlet, which is based in California, bought them out.
Okay.
But they still do a lot of their buying regionally. And they're just good, honest people. So if you think you're going out there and you're getting old crap, you're really not. You're getting some good stuff and you're getting good prices. And they're really good about rotating stock and just, you know what, they have good buyers. And because they're smaller, they're able to pay closer attention,
right,
to what's happening. So I really, you know what, if you're not going there, you're really missing out.
Let me interrupt you for one thing.
I don't think
Beth,
we
why don't
have
you
that
put
here.
your link in the chat while I'm thinking about it?
Mine?
Yeah, to your YouTube
I
channel.
think Sharon already did
Oh,
that.
Sharon's been sharing it. Okay.
Yeah, she's on it.
Okay, good.
She's on
Good, good,
it.
good. Yeah, Randy's busy enough. He doesn't need a YouTube channel. he's got
I
his hands
just
full
wanted to
already.
say happy belated birthday to Chris the Goose. And Kimmy stayed with me last week, and we had a great time. And I can't wait for her to come back. There she goes. She put it there.
So you were posting on Instagram some pictures and some videos and things.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a good time.
And you've been doing well with your outlets, Goodwill outlets, Beth?
I haven't been to the bins in a while.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
Oh, was that a thrift store? I just glanced.
I go every Friday to a thrift store.
Oh, it's a thrift store. I thought it was the bins. Okay.
And I'm there for 3 hours. This Friday, though, I'm planning on staying for 5 or 6 hours because I won't have to work that day.
At a thrift store or at bins?
Yeah, at a thrift store. Normally, I can only stay 2.5 to 3 hours because I have to be on the clock at 2. And by the time I get home and, shower and everything, I want to be in front of my computer by 2. So I'm hoping that this Friday I can just stay the whole time and get through the entire store because I can't get through it in 3 hours by myself. Even with Kimmy there, I couldn't get through it because we were talking a lot.
So it takes you over 3 hours to go through this thrift store? Well, it must be humongous.
It's about the size of a Kmart.
Okay.
So I can't possibly get through it in 3 hours. Now I just bought, I wish I had it here, but it hasn't come yet. I bought a clicker. You click it and it makes numbers move, right?
Right.
And so I'm going to put it on my cart. And then every time I put something in my cart, I'm going to click it. And then I'll keep track of how many items I've sourced so that if I'm just really feeling like I can't do much, if I know I got my quote, what I really need, I can leave early.
So you set a goal of how many items you want to get.
Yeah, I know how many I need. Every week I need to get at least 100. And so I don't want to get, 130 if I don't need to, if I'm not feeling well. Like sometimes I get in there and my legs start cramping or, I'm not feeling it. And so I can't possibly count them all. So I got a clicker and it's coming, but unfortunately it's not going to be here till Monday. But anyway, that's what I'm going to use it for, to just kind of keep track of. It has a lanyard. I may put it on my neck. I don't know. I wasn't going to put it on my cart, but so hopefully that'll help me.
I spurts and got some Scotty peelers. I got such clutter. I couldn't find my Scotty peelers. It's son of a gun. So I said, I'll just for $11, I'll get another set. I'll stick them. I usually keep them in my eBay room, which is the spare bedroom. It's like they must be down here in this clutter in my dining room somewhere.
Yeah, I got a pack of 3, and I don't know where all 3 of them are.
I got the pack of 3 or 4. It was like 3 plastic.
Yeah, red, white, and blue. I got. So anyway. So if anybody wants to join me Sunday night, if I do a shipping video, I'll show y'all something else that I've done that I'm hoping will bring customers to my store, but I don't want to say it tonight. So
you got to
because I'm going to demonstrate it. So to give you a reason to join me. So
when is that?
I do usually on Sunday nights at 8 Central. When I'm shipping my items out, I just ship and talk and show people what I'm shipping out. And I usually show my numbers for, where my numbers are at and everything. And so I did have some things to share this, if, sometimes I don't do it. Just depends on what's going on around here. We got a lot going on around here all the time, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, why don't we do a little bit of Thanksgiving chat? And we're right around an hour. And again, guys, I always say you guys, I appreciate you being here and your time's most valuable asset. So we'll just do a little Thanksgiving kind of. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the Thanksgiving Eve. I'm sure you got cooking and baking to do and whatnot. So why don't we just do a little Thanksgiving chat, guys in the chat as well as Randy and Beth. What's your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving?
Filling.
What is it?
Potato filling.
Potato filling. What's potato filling?
Potato filling is kind of like stuffing, but it's better.
You put it into the turkey, or you have it?
No, you make it on the side. It's kind of like mashed potatoes with bread.
Okay.
It was virtually done by the Dutch during
I was going to ask, is that a Pennsylvania Dutch thing?
Okay.
yeah, during the Depression.
Okay.
And you know, it's something that I particularly like.
Okay. There you go. Well, Sharon's is cherry cheesecake. That's a dessert. I guess we can count that as a side.
Mine is I have two, but my most favorite is probably a lot like Randy's. Ours is German. We call it dressing. So we make it inside the turkey, but it's made out of bread. And it has raisins in it and celery. And when you mix the turkey juices and everything in there, it's just amazing. And then we also have a salad. We call it a salad, but some people eat it for dessert, but it's strawberry jello with strawberries, bananas, and you chill it, and then you put sour cream in there, and then you put another layer, and then you put sour cream on top. You cut it in squares. It's just amazing. So those are my two. But the dressing is like, it's been handed down from like my great grandparents. So my brother's got it down really well. He's the one making it now, and he does a great job. So,
that's a real interesting thing. All the different things that are done by certain people in certain areas. Like in New England, they have baked bean pots that are like generations old. There's nothing like having baked beans made in a pot that's been making baked beans for over 200 years.
mm-hmm.
You use those cast iron pots and different things. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I never had cornbread better than when I lived in Georgia. Okay. Nobody has ever made cornbread the same way. And there's different things, like one of the items I sold, I think it was like 8,000 units of a couple of years ago, was an item that was geared just to Pennsylvania, which was dried corn. Now, dried corn, which I think tastes hideous. Yeah. But if you are from this area,
right,
dried corn is a tradition. Now, once you move to wherever, Wisconsin, Texas, you can't get dried corn.
So you have like corn nuts?
No, these are just basically dried corn. It's hard to explain what it is. But you can only buy it around Thanksgiving, because people only eat it around Thanksgiving. It's kind of like a lot of people only eat turkey around Thanksgiving and pumpkin pie around Thanksgiving. So in all different areas of the countries, there are these little gems of food that people can't get because they moved away from where they grew up. Kind of like people
some of these regional things, like with the tasty cake. Now they're in Florida because Wawa's in Florida now, and people miss that stuff.
I mean, when I lived in Florida back in the 70s, they didn't even know what pretzels were.
They didn't know what a soft pretzel was.
They didn't know what a regular pretzel was.
A regular pretzel? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I walked into like 3 or 4 stores and I said, "Where do you have the pretzels?" And nobody knew what I was talking about.
Well, Beth was saying dressing. It's funny. I told you guys, if you were here at the beginning of the show, I talked about, listening to sports radio and talking about Thanksgiving. That came up on the show, dressing. I always thought it was a Southern thing, but I guess maybe it's it's an ethnic thing, maybe because, like you said, you're German, was it, Beth?
Yes. So
because we always called it stuffing. But then I knew what dressing was, but we always called it stuffing. And that's like people say, either sauce or gravy, like the Italian people. Let's say it's gravy if it has meat in the sauce, and a sauce if it doesn't have any meat in it. The red sauce or whatever, the white sauce. And then they say macaroni, and we'll say pasta. They say macaroni. So any pasta, they call it macaroni, which is the generic term for pasta. But
I remember years ago, I went up to Indiana and I ordered a chicken fried steak. And it came out, and it was like a beef cutlet. It was just like a piece
beef?
just a piece of beef on the plate. There was no breading. It was on the menu as chicken fried steak. And I'm like, I don't even know what a chicken fried steak is here. It was disgusting.
Well, it's like people say pop or soda or Pepsi or Coke. Just we say soda.
Yeah, in New England it's called
pop,
tonic.
Right? Tonic.
Tonic. Tonic or tonic water.
Craig wants to know why chicken fried steak is called that.
No, chicken fried. So we call it chicken fried.
Well, they use chicken.
We have chicken fried chicken here, chicken
Right.
fried steak. Chicken fried chicken's really good.
So what are you guys thankful for? We'll go into that. Thankful for as far as the reselling and thankful for in general.
Who's going first?
I will. You know what? I'm thankful for eBay for Business. And the reason I am is because when I first saw it, I thought it was stupid. And since I got to use it a few times, I think it's the best thing that eBay did in the last 5 years.
Yeah, apparently they answer a lot of questions.
Yeah, and they're pretty good at it.
Beth?
I'm thankful for my reseller family because reselling is a lonely job. And that's the whole reason why I started my channel, is because I wanted to talk to people about what I love to do. And none of my friends or family is interested in reselling. And I wanted to talk to people and get excited about things. And I have made so many friends. I've met a lot of you in person and look forward to meeting a lot more people in the future in person. But for now, we just video chat and do hangouts and I don't know.
Well, that's like,
Craig, I still want to meet you, Craig.
Well, that's why I said I think I missed one, and I did a recorded video. I missed one Wednesday night in like the last 2.5, 3 years, and I did a recorded video, and I said, you know what? Let me just go live, and I'm sure the people that could be listening or could be single, that don't have family or whatever. I said, we'll hang out, we'll kind of play it by ear, and both you were kind enough to join me, and so I didn't get all dry mouth talking myself silly. There's Roy. Thanks for joining us, Roy. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, Roy. Roy, what's your favorite? We're kind of wrapping things up here. What's your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving? So, like I said, I'm not even going to do Thanksgiving. So I have thought about maybe getting some mashed potatoes or something. Or I have chicken breast from Sam's. I can saute some
already
chicken
said
breast.
both of mine.
Pardon me?
Dressing in the salad. So
right.
Strawberry salad.
Oh, you enjoy salad too?
I don't like green beans, but my
I
brother,
like green bean casserole.
I will eat my brother's green beans because my brother he's like a chef. He wants to open his own restaurant. So when he makes fresh green beans in bacon and shallots and all that, I will eat those.
Better than the canned.
Those are the only green beans I will eat.
I do like the green bean casserole though.
I'm just not a green bean person, but
fried onion ring, whether you're dried fried onions or called French's, I guess it's called. Gravy. Roy says it enhances everything. Horizon Picks Roy says it enhances everything. Gravy.
Hi, Horizon Picks. Welcome.
I'm sorry, Randy. What'd you say, Randy?
I think gravy covers a multitude of sins.
like dry turkey?
That's it.
What does Craig have to say here? My wife and middle daughter are currently in culinary school. They will be stealing. Okay.
Awesome.
Starting a food prep business. There you go. Sure, there's a need for that.
That's awesome.
That? Congratulations. That's great, Craig. How about that? All right, guys. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys all being here. Again, I do have some links in my description of the video. Unfortunately, Amazon kicked me out of their program, so I didn't have people buying from my affiliate links. So, we'll try to reapply for that after the new year. But Randy, why don't you mention about your candies and coffees and spices as well? So you're running that promotion as well.
Yeah, I mean, for the last 50 years we've been in the coffee and candy business a lot longer than the coffee business.
Right.
But I can tell you this, that the last place I raised prices are on my website.
Right.
I know there are things on there that are probably below my cost. I just don't have the time to fix them. So I pretty much figure I sell enough stuff that it doesn't matter if I lose money on a few things. But I know that coffee prices are going up. In fact, they're the coffee at source, green coffee, unroasted, is at a 10-year high. In other words, coffee has not been this high in price for 10 years. Okay, so you're going to see it go up. You're going to see a lot of things go up.
Right.
All right. I mean, you're going to see the size go down. You're going to see the price go up. And, for candy, if you think of an old time candy, more than likely we have it. My great aunt was Catherine Luden, who founded Luden's Candy and Luden's Cough Drops. And that's, whenever they did menthol cough drops, everybody almost within a mile radius could breathe easy.
Because all the menthol was in the air to kind of freed up your sinuses.
I mean, you could really smell it, and you could virtually, if you had a cold, you could just walk by the factory and feel better within minutes. And that's where a lot of family members worked.
I just want to mention T from Auctions for You was joining the chat. T, I know you were back and forth with Long Island. Are you fully moved out of Long Island now? I think you moved to South Carolina, I believe, right? T and Donatella, they do auctions like 6 days a week anymore. I guess they're off on Thanksgiving Eve. So, are you fully out of Long Island now, T? Just curious. Yeah, so you're in the candy business, and like I said, I have your link to your facings.com in my description. And Randy's kind enough, no cost to you guys, to help me out a little bit of commission. You guys buy something, you just put AE for AdamsExploits when you register your name on the site. So again, guys, I'm trying to offset some of these expenses. There's equipment and subscriptions and whatnot involved. And I had a friend of mine that I met through talking about YouTube, and he says, "You want to buy a camera this lens?" I said, "Well, I just spent $3,000 on computers the last year." I said, "I think I'm holding off on buying a camera." So every little bit helps. So I just want
it's nice when a lot of different people get together and share their ideas. It'd be an awful world if everybody was a plumber. We'd only be able to go to the bathroom when it's light out because there'd be no electricians to wire the house. And we wouldn't be able to see to get to the toilet.
Absolutely. You need the toilet bill. You need the electric, right?
Yeah, you need a lot of people to work together.
You need a carpenter, right? Yeah, and everyone has different opinions and different ways they do the business. And like, I'm not a big clothing seller, and Beth's killing it with clothing, And so,
what works for me won't necessarily work for you.
And sourcing opportunities vary too, depending upon where you're located. I mean, who would have thought that you'd have a thrift shop that you could thrift for 3-4 hours at a time? That's amazing, Beth. And you do well there.
Yeah.
The price is competitive.
So. I think so. $1.75.
Wow. Is that like a special? Like
I could go the next day for $1.50, but the stuff's not going to still be there.
Oh, so they have
that's when somebody's been there the day before for $2. So I'm getting what's left after the $2.
So they're like $2, $1.75, $1.50.
Yeah, but I can't do it on Thursdays right now because I have to work on Thursdays.
I walked into a thrift shop that I could spend 3 or 4 minutes at. I
have those too.
They had a pair of jeans. The thrifting price was $54.
Yeah, I have those too. I'm in and out. I just look for appliances. That's it. So sometimes I do like reverse psychology. I go in and I don't get a cart, thinking that I'm going to get over there and there's going to be all these appliances. So I'm going to have to go back to the store up front and get a cart because there's going to be so many I can't carry. Doesn't always work, but
there you go. All right, guys. Well, again, I'm glad you guys joined me, and hopefully you enjoy spending, an hour or so with Randy, Beth, and myself. So I'm glad you guys were willing to spend your time with us. And again, I have a reselling show on every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm always looking for other resellers to join me, so I'm going to work very hard, and I'll give everybody tomorrow off, and I'll start reaching out to other resellers to try to book somebody for next Wednesday. So appreciate you
Thanks for
being
having
here,
me,
and if you
Adam.
celebrate Thanksgiving,
Good night, all.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Randy. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone in chat.
Take care now. Bye all.
Bye.